to the world's problem, it starts with each individual being able to connect with their divine self. Is there any plans in the Venus Project to help people find their divine self, to reconnect in that way? Is there an educational system that's going to be developed parallel to the Venus Project or part of the Venus Project?
We could just turn on, there we go. I'll let Jacques reference this a little bit. Terminology such as the divine self, which I think a lot of us can relate to what that might mean. It is, as you might admit, it's kind of an ambiguous notion. Education, as I'm very literal in my presentations, where you have to understand how the world works in a very physical sense. And I personally consider that to be a form of spirituality. And to understand the world physically is to understand yourself because you're a product of it. Therefore, I'm a product of divinity, especially if I understand the divinity I'm a part of it. So these are the kind of trains of thought that go on with my mind. I consider terminology like that. The divine to me is understanding the laws of nature. So is there an educational aspect that engages this? Yes, there's a massive educational aspect that's associated with the Venus Project. Jacques, would you like to talk about education in the Venus Project and maybe speculate on spirituality a little bit?
I ask from people what they mean by spirituality. Because like I said before, language is subject to interpretation. By spiritual, do you mean that there's no locks on your door, you bring all the poor in your home and feed them? She says, oh no. What do you mean by spiritual? I can't talk to people unless they define their terms. You know, when Chris says, I believe in the good life. I said, what's that? The church on every corner. You know, so what is the good life? What does that mean? So in order to communicate with people, not talk at them, ask them what they mean when they say, I believe in higher consciousness. What do you mean by that? That you can sense radio waves? That you can see bacteria? What do you mean by that? So if you don't do that, you're really not talking to people. You want to find out what they mean. So the schools of the future, education, will be about the earth, how it works, how we relate to the forest, the oceans, the ozone layer, so children understand how a country works. I just want to say this one more thing, that they read sections of the Bill of Rights in high school to see how the kids would react. Not only the Bill of Rights, but the Constitution. And they asked the youngsters how they felt about it after they read it. They said, sounds like communist propaganda. I'm sorry to say that people do not hear the words in the same way you do. You think you're talking to people, but only if you demand that they refine and just reinterpret their terms so you know what they mean by it. Otherwise, you're projecting your own value system.
So there is an
People
education.
do with the Venus Project. They think it's a lot of scientists and great. You will work in Area D. You, Area K. Robots choking people. They get that from Hollywood. That would scare the hell out of me. It's nothing like the Venus.
So there's a new, brand new education system plan.
Oh, yes, absolutely. Oh, yeah. Over here.
Yes, as a continuation of the same kind of question, in terms of bolstering the movement and getting a lot further along, as we'd all like to, is there any kind of, I would think that, the Discovery Channel and Nat Geo would be forums that would be a lot more palatable than somebody like Fox Source, MSNBC, in terms of being able to get some coverage and documentaries about all of you and about the project itself. And then the second part of the question is, you must have upset some people along the way. Have you found yourself getting regularly audited by the IRS, or have you suffered any backlash, or have people looked at you as hopeless, or other than Larry King?
Well, I'd like to have Jacques comment on one thing on the second part of your question, just to remind him about it. Jacques, mention the point about when the FBI came to visit you? Is that right? Yeah, so mention, you have a great way of describing that.
Many years ago, I was turned over to the FBI, and they came to visit me. They they held up their cards, and we've come to check you out, because it's about time. I recommended some good books of them, Tyranny of Words by Stuart Chase, Mind in the Making by James Harvey Robinson, books like that, 100 Million Guinea Pigs, which you've never heard of, but that was very popular in America. That started the Pure Food and Drug Administration. Today it's operated by the people of the Pure Food and Drug Administration. An infiltrated.
As far as your first question regarding the media,
Well, not only the media, but also I was thinking maybe some appropriate celebrity endorsement, if there is such a thing, not Oprah necessarily, but I mean, you know, if there is some publicly acclaimed figure who can be help to also further the cause, so that the names are even more recognized.
Well, that would be great if we could get some well-known figure who would identify with each direction. But that's really up to what everybody else does to try and introduce this direction to people. We work on that all the time. We haven't been that successful with it, other than all of this, which is much more successful.
so I hired a pretty expensive PR person for all of these events, and they always come back, and they have a little bit of success at times. They always come back saying, well, you know, we contacted pretty much everybody we could possibly think of, and the general reaction is, talking about these people are crazy. And that is unfortunately the state of affairs at this stage of social evolution. With that section I did on the invisible prison, that's just a sad reality. By all means, I think this time was for people like Oprah, for example, might stumble upon and say, you know what, I think with all the suffering, this might make sense, and who knows? All the doors are, we keep all doors open, there's no bias.
Oddly enough, one of the nicest pieces we had on TV, a TV station, was on Fox News. Yeah, isn't that strange? Reached Miami, but it was a big station. So it's on our website, take a look.
Thank you all for your listening.
Nope.
Hello? Cool, right on. Hey everyone, I'm